Hello and welcome everybody. We are here with Marvin Kammerer, who just got third place at YCS Birmingham. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Pretty good, pretty good. Almost got there and took home the trophy, but yeah, sadly just almost.
Yeah, still very well done. Congratulations on our part. So what did you play?
So we decided to play the pure Ryzeal deck, since we thought that it would just has the least auto-lose cards, like Dweller, Roll and stuff like that, and also it has like a pretty good matchup into anything in the meta, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds good. So let's go to the deck and this beautiful prize card.
So the Ryzeal stuff, pretty basic, 3 eyes, 3 X, 3 swords, 3 bonfire, nothing to talk about here. 1 note, also mandatory. Sadly, Palm didn't make it.
Sadly, yeah.
Rip. Rest in peace, Paul.
We decided to play 2 cross. Last week in Orlando we were siding the 3rd cross, which was really amazing back then, but we made some other changes in the non-engine which led to us not siding the 3rd cross anymore. Because the thing with this deck is dual drive most likely will not resolve, and if you then have discard, hard draw, yeah, the opponents feels really bad, and yeah, the card's just broken and increases your win rate a lot.
Sounds plausible.
The only other Ryzeal spell trap we played was Plasma Hole. There are so many reasons why you should play this over the
Plugin.
Yeah, it gives you so much outplay potential with the graveyard effect to like Nibiru them in their turn, chain this to make your twins, revive detonator, or if you want to resolve 2 drive, they chain Imperm, you chain this, you make a twin, you detach from tin and stuff like that, and also like the additional pop, especially in the mirror match, yeah, it's huge.
And it was a searchable out for Pure Stage.
Exactly, it's a searchable out for Chaos Essential, which this deck has probably the most issues if you don't play this card.
Okay.
Consistency cards, the 4 pots, which are also pretty standard. And now for the non-engine. These 2 guys are probably the worst cards in our deck, which we all agreed to not play them anymore in future events if we can play the same deck. These should definitely be Whalers. Yeah.
Like our deck list first contained like 7 of these, and then step by step shrink down on the number of the visuals. Last week in Orlando we played 3, now we played 2, and like Marvin already told you, going forward we wouldn't play any visuals at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just do 2 less on their own. Like mostly you draw, or you should draw like 2 to 3 non-engine. Go first or go second, since there is like 20 engine cards, 20 non-engine cards. But there are still games where you just open 1 non-engine, and like this one sometimes does something alone, but this almost never does. So yeah, these cards were definitely the worst. And like I think every game I lost this tournament, one of these guys was involved in my starting hand. Then 3 Fuvalos. This card is very, very good. 3 draws, also in my opinion very strong. It can sometimes conflict with this guy, especially in the mirror match, like in the pure mirror match where you draw them and they will go detonator pass, so this will be dead and you still have to fight a detonator. So this is like back in the Yugal format, this was like a crazy combination of cards, but nowadays if you face Ryzeal, this is just like a weird combination. But like if you have Ash or Imperm as well, which if you have like Imperm, Imperm, Nib and Roll, you can just let them go for duo, Imperm the duo, and then Nib them after and keep the draw as follow-up. Like there are things you can do if you have these combination.
Yeah, and I would say going going first, if you have Droll with Detonator, that's insane because you can just pop and he will never gain resources back.
The Droll is all around like pretty good position in the meta right now. So yeah, the Nibiru is sometimes extremely hard to for Ryzeal to play into. If the duo does not resolve, they pretty much always lose to Nibiru. So it's just too good of a card not to play, especially as well as it's good against Malice as well.
It also forces Fiendsmith players to start with bad cards like Ext, for example, just so if they get drolled on Engraver, they're just dead. If they get drolled on X normal summon, they at least can do something. So yeah, it's like just being in the format, it just like makes people play different.
Yeah. And for the last cards in the non-engine department, we decided to play 3 Book of Moon. This card was crazy, like all tournaments. Go first again versus Malice. It's broken if you book the normal summon. Feels like back in the days with Kashtiras. Go second. I could somehow resolve Excited Knight versus Malice with this card. Yeah, it lets your dual drive resolve more often. That's also why we changed the cross to 2. Yeah, this card is absolutely
This
crazy.
card just reads let your dual drive resolves. That's insane.
Yep.
Even through Nibiru, which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Ash, yeah.
Yeah. Also allows you to not play cross out, I think, because if you play cross out, you going first, you have to put in so many cards which are bad, and this just like does almost more, especially going for second as well.
Correct. Crossout, especially, I feel like is pretty bad in a deck with Pot of Desires because you're inclined to pot first if you play crossout, to draw the crossout, to make your plays go through, and then you have the potential to banish the cards you need to protect you from. So I don't think that crossout is that good of a card in this deck.
Yep. Yeah, that's it for the main deck. 40 cards. I think you cannot go over since like you have only 12 starters plus the pots, and consistency can be an issue. Like there will be games where you just draw no engine cards, but yeah, these problems the other decks have as well. Side deck, some Malice Hate, 3 Meows, 3 Lancia. Like 94% of the players play Lancia. This is crazy. For the mirror match, and also randomly it hits Mermaid very well, my 3rd place playoff. I Slayers his Toad, negated his barrier statue, which was just crazy. This was originally the 3rd cross back in Orlando, but we thought that more people would be on Pure, and therefore also more people would be on Perulia. So we decided to put in this one as another out next to our 3 Ashes versus Perulia. And it's also good like versus Fiendsmith stuff anyway, and just overall a good card which won me some games. And then 2 Lightning Storms, also in the mirror match, go second, crazy, versus Meta is crazy.
Yep, all around crazy card.
Yep. And 3 Judgments for going first to like negate Slayers, negate their Lightning Storms, because if they Helio Cross Plasma Hole, that really hurts.
Also
Metal Tronus, yeah. Exactly. That's the side deck. I was really happy with it overall. Nothing I would change there. Yeah. Extra deck, also pretty standard. 2 Dual Drive, 2 Detonator, 2 Eclipse Winds. I think a big point why we decided to play the pure version was also because you can like abuse this card so crazy in this deck, like a lot more than in any other Ryzeal variant. Because on turn 3 you always try to like have an X as backup, and if you can start with X dump this, reviving either Detonator or Dual Drive, it's just so crazy. Also reborning stuff like Baguska to sleep some turns more is crazy. Yeah, these are the 2 offs. Set Knights, Baguska, Dweller, also an MVP. Tugares needed Castel, the Cowboy. Most of you will not believe this, but I made this 2 times the entire tournament, and both times it was game 2 with like 20 minutes on the clock just to get the last 500 damage in, like 800, but they only were on 5 or 700. Definitely needed, because there were scenarios where I couldn't kill, but I could do like 7 damage or something, and with Cowboy it's just game. Aggregator for X, and just crazy to break boards. The Typhon, which is also crazy to out, like in a simple game set. For example, in top 64, it was a bit of a grind game. My opponent had detonator Castel, and I had a detonator with no materials, which he could not out. We both were in top decking modes. I could just slam over Typhon, bounce his detonator, crash into Castel, and we were both basically on nothing for 2 turns. And the last card was Ryzeal, which was a really great addition to this deck. It served several purposes. It can hit back row, which also this deck has sometimes issues playing into back row, and also after she did her job, she will just go away so that your X can search again. Yeah, and also with Beasted Ryzeal, it's crazy.
Also, net token is light, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
correct.
Yeah.
So pretty much all the monsters except like Sword that got special out with Ice, you can pretty much always make a Celia, and this is just so much better than, for example, Donner, because like Mono said, it can hit the back row and stuff. Yep.
Crazy. And also sometimes the battle phase effect comes up actually. If they impermit and like they have still a big nip token which you cannot out, or any other monster, and it sticks 1 turn, you can attack, banish 1 spell, and then destroy the opponent's monster. Yeah, just overall a very great card.
That's like Chaos Angel, but just better for this purpose. Like,
Yeah,
because
originally there was a Chaos Angel in as well, which was in this spot from Castel, but it was always like a decision which one you make. If you have, like for example, a Bystial and Ice, do I go for Azalea? Do I go for Chaos Angel? Basically, they did the same purpose, and it always like costed time to decide which to use, and most of the time it just does the same thing.
Yep. And Celia would get rid of itself.
Yeah.
And since we cut down more on the Bestials, it was like a no-brainer to just cut the Chaos Angels.
The only thing I was missing in the extra deck was a Tornado Dragon, like several times this tournament. I wouldn't know what to cut though. Yeah. Exactly. That's it for the profile.
huge
Next
congratulations, yeah.
Thanks. Next time we'll get the trophy
In Vegas.
in Vegas. Is that enough with you?
No.
We'll see about that. Somebody will get a trophy though.
Yeah.
Do you have any shoutouts?
Huge shout outs to the team, of course, to Manuel and Kevin for running the deck with me, preparing for Orlando, preparing for Birmingham. Insane amount of hours of testing led to a good build of the deck, led to great experience of, or like knowledge of the format, and yeah, everybody who traveled here, it was nice to be like a lot of people again at an event. Yeah, that's it.
Congrats and thank you for the deck profile. Have a great day.
Thank you.